YouTube is asking me to. Yeah, I don't know what that is. All right, let's see if we've got anybody on here. Laugh at my own face. Let me double check. Hi, everyone. Okay. All right, blessings, everyone. Hello, Sherry, Flix Love, Wendy, Paula, Kylie. Hello, everyone. Diane, hello. Hello, Julie. Christina, hello. My constellations. Okay. So it's I don't even know what the day is today. I don't know if the date or the day is. All I know is it's July. All right, so I want to go over what July is bringing from a different perspective. I've seen that people are talking about July. I see it in the headlines. I can't watch the videos. I see some astrology things going by saying it's a tough month or whatever. Oh, it's a beautiful bird. I'm going to share with you, I was just at a sacred mountain where I ventured to for some R&R with a total of 8 of us. So it was 8 women. A lot of us have been, healers and doing all of this ascension work and way showers and for a long time. And I want to share with you what we saw, what happened, so that there is an understanding from the higher perspective and the higher angles, they're saying, of things that are happening on the planet, not just from the view of, oh, this happened in the past, so it's going to happen again, because I don't believe in that, because I believe that we're here to help with this shift on the planet right now. And we were totally submerged in this amazing, beautiful land and a mountain where the frequencies, I always say the frequencies are, the mountains are portals. There's portals there. Wherever you go, if you're in the mountains, there's something going on. So it doesn't have anything to do with the person that might be owning the land. It has to do with the mountain. Now, I want to explain this because for the men and the women here, as you've been going through this process, you're awakening, you're transforming, you're becoming more of your divine self, you're remembering, you're balancing your Christ feminine and masculine within you, you're understanding at so many different levels of your divinity, who you truly are. And then you have those that had their awakening, but then they're cashing in or manipulating or deceiving people with their awakening. And, we went to this place as women that are very high frequency, holding sacred space, holding this light. And a lot of them are Sisters of the Rose. And when we went to this space and we were all trusting of this person because they've been around for, they're saying 40 years, doing this stuff. Well, doesn't really matter, because when somebody is dabbling in things that are not so light, we are really at this point right now in this process, because this is the year of truth, seeing the truth so much quicker, so much easier, but also feeling it in our bodies. So at this space and place that we were, I'm not going to say where we were, I'm not going to mention who the person was, I don't want to do any of that. But we went there for R&R, for some time for ourselves, to be on this sacred land. And in that time, the people that were there to greet us, these feminine, were rude. I don't want to say something, but let's just say every time we approached them, they would run, basically. Or you try to talk to them and they were like, ugh. So we understood that, you know, as this group of women, we're coming in as this big ball of light. Together we were this massive ball of light. And for all of you that know me, I've been doing grid work for a long, long time. I went there for rest. I didn't know that while I was there, something was going to happen. And let me tell you, it was there was one other grid work that I did in April 2024 that was massive with the false papacy and the removal of that. And this was huge because it was the removal of the false mother. And I had been taken into the ground and found the thing that had to be removed, that had been placed there a long time ago, to write that, create that narrative that still affects a lot of the women today, but also how the men see women. So the experience there was very, this person was trying to demean the women, demoralize women. Someone who talks about Christ consciousness and universal love, and it was absolutely ridiculous what we saw and what we experienced. Someone who pulled one woman from our group, trying to manipulate her and deceive her and turn her against all. It was like, are you like 10 years old? So it's happening, but the thing that I want you to see is that when you have that kind of light coming in, but you also have women in their power and their hearts, that darkness is going to be seen really easy. So don't be surprised if you're going through a day-to-day thing or an adventure or whatever you're doing, and you're in your heart and you're in that Christ heart. We could not judge this person. You can't judge him. But the whole time, I want to explain this, was viewing from the highest perspective as, what is this showing us for the collective? And hold on one second. Okay, thanks, Julie. What was this showing us? This was showing how the sacred feminine within humanity is rising. The sacred feminine within the women, in their alignment of who they are as divine beings, and not turning away from an incident like this, but approaching it in love, and approaching in the way that we hold ourselves in high frequency and understand that even though someone can still claim to be, have death experiences and is wicked and Christ-like, Christ-love, doesn't mean they are. At the end of this voyage, I was accused of holding an event on this person's property. I was like, what? And then this person was claiming that he triggered every woman that was there. It was absolutely the opposite. Absolutely the opposite. We were there as this ball of light in this big mirror for these persons to see themselves and how they're not holding themselves in their highest integrity. As I said, we were up from R&R because it's been over 2 years since something I've been going through with nasty things is finally resolved. And these were women that have supported me over the 2 years. But to go back and be accused of something that wasn't true, you were really seeing, and then having your credit card manipulated for 4 days, charges, and then you get a little bit of a refund, and then more charges, and then nothing, and no communication. I was like, whoa, because I had paid for everything way back in March. I'm like going, okay, there's a whole bunch going on here. So pay attention to everything that's being presented to you through this month, but see it from the higher perspective. Because when I contacted these people and said, apparently there's some misunderstanding, I took it in the highest levels, and I came from my heart with it, and I asked the ladies to clear up the misunderstanding, or wherever they got their, wherever they came to these conclusions that we were doing things that we weren't doing. I asked them to understand what we were there for. They even knew. I was on the phone with them. No response. No response, no apologies, no sorries, no nothing. I didn't expect it, but this is just showing me that these kind of persons are still out there, and no matter what is happening, as long as you're in that heart space, as long as you are dropped in the heart and you're expanding heart, you're going to get to a time where you're not going to have to drop in anymore. It's always going to be expanded. But when you're there like that all the time, and you're in a high frequency of joy and stuff, and they don't like it, somebody doesn't like it, remember what I always say about your light. It's digging in to make the dark rise. And what happens when the dark is being confronted or brought to the surface? These persons have to look at themselves. So the truth is really being pushed more and more and more. And it's going to be easier to see, but easier to align yourself from that higher perspective without confining, they're saying without confining the opposing party and trapping them into judgment, because we didn't judge them. We saw where they're at. So you're going to see these things coming. It's just going to present itself. It's going to be, even though we trigger them, it will be a test for you to see where you're going to hold yourself. And I don't feel like this is going to just be through July. I feel like it's going to go through the rest of the year, but it's really getting intense right now. So we saw manipulation, deceit, envy, jealousy. We saw all the things of those lower chakras that are not healed. I also saw the first day we were there, someone walked past the little house we rented in a black cloak, totally covered. And I was like, what was that? I was like, how can there be a black cloak person or being on property that's supposed to be so sacred? And then the very last day, we saw the person that owns the property at nighttime walking around in a black cloak, looking like a sorcerer. And we were just like, what? Not saying the person is that, we're just saying it was very strange. So keep your eyes and the heart open and to see and feel that truth, but also observe from here as well, because they go together. Because the guides are saying, because people can't be fooled anymore. They cannot be fooled anymore. So, I'm going to say this again. So we have 8 women in joy, in love, they're heart-based, and you come into a place where the land and the mountain is, and the beings that are and the mountain are, but the people that own the space, that are claiming they're like that, they're not. That sacred feminine light and that sacred feminine love and the nurturing and the caring and the compassion that like flows through, it lifts, you know, it will lift and cradle the people that need it if they're willing to see that they need it. And if they're willing to receive the mother. So there still is this patriarchal energy with some people that have not fully received the mother yet. You can paint her on your walls, you can put a painting up, you can do whatever you want to with her, but if you haven't allowed yourself to fully receive the mother, the divine mother, then there's that imbalance within the self, and it creates an imbalance in your surroundings. I'm standing up, so I keep switching my leg. We are here. Okay, hold on. Tapo'olama alakia nuskurostush uma moiki. So we have to, this is what they're showing me, you know, the earth coming into its balance. We are done with the masculine patriarchy control. Okay, we're done with that. It's all come to the surface and you're seeing it. This is what a lot of us have been working on for 20, 30 years, is getting into the under layers of it to bring it to the surface. And now that you're awake and your heart is expanded, you're doing the same thing on an everyday basis. So the energy that's here this month, to me, hold on. Okay, I'm going to let them say what they're saying. They're saying it's up to you, as Keleena is always teaching, to hold yourself in your highest frequency. There is no absurdity in being high frequency or in joy. It is not false to be in laughter, to be in joy. There are many upon your planet that don't understand that someone who is in joy or laughter is exactly where you are all supposed to be. It is your right and it is your freedom. And in divine compassion, you may hold yourselves in that highest love, in that highest light, that will take you even farther than you've ever dreamed. Your soul's signature, your soul's frequency is very high. It always has been, as you are love. And as she has taught for years, love is truth, truth is love. And you cannot be in peace if you are not in your truth. Takupu'ula mahalaki. Remember, all of you, all souls, no matter what your gender, love is the key. su madastarakan yarashtem mirahakum. Remember who you are. Okay, so that was an experience that, thank you. That was an experience that I wanted to share that with you because you may have your experiences this month that's really going to show you that there is, like I said the other couple months ago, is that a lot of those nasty things are off the planet, but there's still some attached to some people. And don't be afraid of that, because know that when you are in your Christ light and Christ love, they don't like it. They don't like it. So, no, let me see what everyone's saying. All right, so anyways, that thing that I had to pull out of the inside of the earth, I've been doing stuff like that for a long time. There are some other grid workers that do that. These are things that were placed in by off-earth beings, and I'm not going to say it because I don't bring energy to it, but it was one of the biggest ones I have ever seen. And when I pulled that out, all of the women that are with had their hands on me. And when that came out, I saw every single infiltrated timeline of manipulation, deception, evil against the divine feminine, against the mother, against women. And for the men on here, I'm not talking about you, okay? You didn't do it. I'm talking about everything that planted that here. And when that came out, the timelines were just going, and I was seeing the women, I was seeing the rape, the incest, the women being thrown off of cliffs, which I remember that in Delphi, or Delphi, whatever you want to call that. If women didn't bring the correct information for the priests, they would go off the cliff. I saw the burnings, I saw the children, but the thing that happened the most is I felt the pain of Mother Gaia, Mother Earth. I felt the pain, I felt the sorrow of the Divine Mothers, and it went through my body, and this huge, painful cry came from her through me, and every woman that was there, that was holding on to me, I can hear them, but I'm out of my body when I do this. So I can hear, but I'm inside there, and I'm just feeling the release coming from all of this as it's coming off the earth. And that was the 27th of June. And as it's coming out, it's just coming out of me, the terror and the sorrow and the screams and the pain of the women that were tortured in so many lifetimes because they were trying to harm the divine feminine, which is mother. And I saw the babies. That was the hardest part, was to see the babies, the innocent babies. Like timelines where people just gave up their baby like they were nothing, like there was no connection or no love there. And every woman in that room, every single woman was crying. Every single woman afterwards told me that it brought up their own mother wounds. And so it was very interesting because over the weekend, even my dentist, she's so beautiful, I love her, was saying they were having womb and heart stuff happening over that weekend. And it didn't end on that Saturday, because Sunday the 28th, there was a whole nother piece to it that had to be done. And this stuff is never planned, but it had to take place before Monday. We were leaving Monday, and it wasn't until I had that realization was that Monday was the full moon, a patriarchal full moon, a Capricorn full moon. And I was like, whoa, everything happened. I never know when I get pulled to go to a place. I was actually going to go there by myself, but then everything just escalated and everyone came, and it ended up that we needed all 8 of us. But every woman had to face the mother wounding that they've been through in this lifetime, to bring it forward to have healing. But it was the babies and the little innocent ones that was the hardest to see, timeline after timeline after timeline. And what I saw is when that thing was taken out, that timeline can no longer exist. They cannot create those timelines anymore. So it literally, like, when you take that out, you fill it with Christ light and love, you fill it with this golden light in the earth, and the earth will shift. It will literally shift. I've done this before with other women, and there's been earthquakes or volcanoes or whatever, right when that happens. And if anyone had any womb stuff over the weekend from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or even after the full moon, womb stuff or heart stuff or anything going on to come into a balance, it was because that false part was taken out. And it's connected to humanity through DNA and programming, and a program was removed. It was removed. It can't happen anymore. So here we are. So it also caused a lot of friction where we were at, and that's why the people there, their darkness really came up. Because the amount of light that was registering from this little house that we were in a tiny little house with 8 women, it was expanding and expanding through the whole property. And I could tell it was irritating the owner. So please know that that is gone. It is done. And I actually know where that was created. I saw it when someone else did ayahuasca, and I was sucked into their ayahuasca to see everything. Now I understand why 3 or 4 years ago I was sucked into their lucid stuff, because it showed me that it was created. I saw through the eyes of a woman. It wasn't me. I saw through the eyes of this woman that was pulled into participation in it back off planet, and how it all rendered. And to see it from there, to see that it's ending, was like, whoa. I was literally numb the rest of the day. Couldn't get back in my body. I walked around with a blanket on me outside. I was just numb. And my body was, my etheric body was so big, I couldn't get back all of me back into the body from after that work. And but also there was this Pleiadian man there with white hair that came up to me. It is an etheric body. And he said to me, Keleena, your mission's done. And I was like, yay. So I just want everyone to know that no matter what you're going through, it's going to get easier now. And then when I learned that CERN was turned off, that Monday as well, during that Capricorn full moon, I was like, what? And I know that from what I've heard from people is that they planned turning it off. So I personally, because I don't have a home, I've been in a hotel for over a week since I got back. But what I'm picking up with CERN is that I'm feeling like a milder, almost like it's easier for you. It's not so hard for you to hold your frequency right now, because when I just tune into CERN, I see this. I don't know the right word. I'm sorry. It was a really emotional weekend. It was supposed to be fun. It was fun, but I see. I don't know the word. Can someone give me the word, please? An interception. So it's like intercepting your own, your quantum field. It's like it's injecting itself through every human's quantum fields and all of your bodies, and it's causing chaos. It causes a shift in your reality of something that is not. It's an invasion of your rights to being human on this planet, and it's an invasion in your soul. And this is what we wish for you to understand. This is what you may refer to as Old Atlantis. We are going to say this to you now, and we are not saying this to cause disruption, but all of your cameras on your earth are part of Old Atlantis. All of the spying on your earth is part of Old Atlantis. They are not doing this, and we've said this before, to make you feel safer. It is the opposite. It is Old Atlantis. And CERN is connected to that as well. You must understand that if you wish to be part of the truth of who you are, turn back time and look at your ancestors and the freedom that they had. Maybe times were a bit tougher because everyone lived with basics, but you're going to see the things that you think you love, you don't need. We are not giving you this to scare you. We are giving you this because you have the option to walk away. You have the option to hold your frequency in the highest light of who you are, to change this world, to be a better place than where they're taking it right now. Is Source assisting? Yes, Source is assisting through you. Are we, your brothers and sisters off planet, assisting? We would like to say that we're assisting through you as your brothers and sisters, helping you, but we are held back from doing things that a lot of you are wishing for us to do. There are agreements that have taken place. We have not been able to step in as we would like to. But we know that all of you are not fooled by what is going on right now on your entire planet. Do you wish to be in a dystopian society that failed once before? Or do you wish to be free and live in love? It will always be a school, always. But the school is much easier when your soul is able to connect with all that you are. The interference from CERN, from devices, from cameras, from radio waves, radiation, EMFs, all of these things have caused pain in your bodies, illnesses, destruction, in ways that you don't even know yet. It's time for the people to rise. It's time for all to come together in love. Because that is the only true existence, and everything that goes with love. We have been through this on our planet. And we watch from afar, and sometimes we watch walking past you. And we don't come to your planet to cause any pain. We observe. Please know it is your choice of what you wish to create. Use this time to raise your frequency in your benevolent hearts as the Christed beings you are. Will they be able to turn it on in 4 years? It depends on the outcome that all of you are creating. Do not judge those that like the dynamics of artificial intelligence. And for those that like it, do not judge those that do not. Or you will continue to create chaos. We guide as much as we can, as much as we are allowed. But for now, please connect with the Divine Mother. It is of most importance. Because this restores the balance that has been missing for thousands of years. Ooh. Okay. All right, that was Pleiadians. Ooh. Ooh, I'm like super, I'm like spinning. Just give me a minute. I'm grounded. Okay. All right, so there was a lot of healing earlier that was coming through me that we did, and there's going to be just a little more. But I want to say this going forward is that when I looked forward at the upcoming months, and this month we have the Day Out of Time on the 25th. We also have the day that we honor Mary Magdalene. I have my private retreat that is happening in Arizona here, which I have one bed that opened because someone had to cancel. If somebody wants it, you know, it's there. But we honor Mary Magdalene this month. Mary Magdalene is very much Divine Mother. She birthed children of Yeshua. And for those that don't believe it, please, you know, you don't have to listen to what I say. I have, from many years ago, my whole life, I have seen visions. I've been out-of-body experiencer my whole life. I've just never shared them because people just didn't believe me back then. They thought you're crazy. Okay, so now I know there's a lot of out-of-body people coming forth now, which is beautiful. But there's Mother Mary, there's Mother Earth, there is our cosmic mother. This is all Divine Mother as one. It's the oneness of all that we are. Without Divine Mother, we don't have Divine Father. Without both of them, we don't have Divine Christ children. So you would never exist. Nothing would exist. So I've got a lot of healing coming through for all of you. So please, connect with her this month because of that. We have the connection to the Magdalene, and if you have my Magdalene cards, you know the first card of my deck states how it states about Mary Magdalene, who she was, but it also states how every woman is Magdalene too. And you will understand this the more things are revealed in your life. And you evolve. You will understand her words. They're beautiful. Okay, I'm like super like, my everything is like, my feet are just right now. Gaia's just flowing through me, so I'm going to get some codes here for all of you. There's a lot of healing coming in. I can barely stand up. Okay. Just receive the healing. Tito omola'a. Getting hot. Shuk unama ane neskiata. Tatu und jurust ur und ei. Merchaye kukula. Naskula am urnt imme. Morudane, moruna mahuche. Neres kirust iro ne iki. Naha olala enta. Neskipula, neskilahanena. Nero puin ki kirst ur. Nasura namene. Murf und an moi. All right, that's the Lyrans. So I'm going to let the rest start coming through. That's a big message from the Lyrans. I was feeling it through the whole body. Shh. Okay, breaking codes. When I'm doing that, it's breaking codes. Okay, pulling stuff out. Shallow upu ula katana negrasno te und ero una makia nast allahi nekita By the way, Mary Magdalene spoke light language. Fala anna ora punta mero quelle nescalaque. Marana, marala. Nia suatana miara skola hapu. Shoo. Yato. La Release. Align. Pakaola mana aki. Amor. Breathe. Pakalamoalani. Let's see if I have this. Sasakola in the ear. All right, I'm going to really quick read. So for all of you that are very connected with Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Venus, because that's the planet of love, but also there's a temple there that it's a temple of love, it's a temple of compassion and self-love that everyone goes through in their process. So for those of you that might have stuff come up this month that like, even if you saw like you did something to someone that wasn't so nice at some time, if it comes up, do what you need to do to neutralize and heal that. But also, self-love plays a key role in this process. So love yourself, okay? Because at the time, whenever you made a judgment or a decision that may have hurt someone in some way, you may not have been, of course you weren't in your heart, but you may have not understood the consequence that it was going to bring to you later, but also what it could have done to that other person receiving it. So very much drop into your healing for yourself. But remember that self-love is so important. I am very much not for the people that teach that self-love is not important. I've come across that many years back, and I don't believe that at all. I never will. I've always taught self-love is pure compassion for yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you're not loving your divine self. It's just that your false identity, ego self got in the way. All right? So, I want to read, this is part of the message that I sent to these people, but I want to read it after this person had accused me of doing an event on this property, which I didn't do at all. We were all on vacation or R&R to be one with Mother Earth. So I want to read this because I want you to close your eyes and listen. And I want you to feel the words. So I said, we are not sure why he thinks this, but it's completely wrong. And none of us would engage in anything deceptive, as we are all associated with the House of Mary and hold high integrity as sacred divine feminine healers, mastery teachers, light workers, gatekeepers, grid workers, and more from our sacred hearts. Love is truth, and truth is love. Deception and manipulation is evil. All of us as women have dealt with this long enough. And not one woman in this group of friends supports the old patriarchal ways. We empower one another through support and love. This is how you approach these kind of people in a way that doesn't fault anyone. It just brings us to the surface so that the people reading it, hopefully, feel the words, but also the power behind them, because it came from my heart and their truth. And for all of you that are connected with the House of Mary, we don't play those games. We never will. It's not part of who we are. And we will continue to walk in sacred grace and sacred love from our sacred hearts. So, I leave that with you. Make July and August and all the months coming forward what you wish. See everything that comes up around you as part of the disillusion of the illusion that's been going on for a long time. And heal it. Heal it. No matter if it was yours or not, you can sit in that space and place of your heart and see the truth from the higher perspective and where those people are or where that situation came from, and just fill it with love and heal it. We're here to evolve this earth. You answered the call. May your heart and love be your guiding tool. I love you. Many blessings, everyone. Bye.